G'day, punters. Welcome to the Traders Mat. I'm your host, Curly, joined by my sidekick, or I am his sidekick, Jackson Oldham. Welcome, Jacko.
Thanks, Curls, for I was going to say episode 2 of the Traders Mat, but it's not really. It's test number 2, isn't it?
Yes, test 2. We're heading to the Adelaide Oval. Before we get there, you've had a busy day. You've been out at Sandown. We filmed this Wednesday evening. Any highlights from the Sandown today? As far as not really interested in what you've backed and what won and what didn't won, but what did you do any trading while you're out there? Even runs trading? Because
we are in-play traders, like as you know, on the Traders Mat. I did back a horse sort of up at the 200 at 1,000 in race 5 called Pay the Dealer that got within sort of a half length, had $9 on at 1,000. So I didn't trade any back. I think it hit evens after that, but I didn't trade any back, unfortunately. But that was sort of not the highlight, but an notable thing out of the day.
From a trading point of view, that's enormous. If you could have got some back at evens.
Yeah.
Anyway, just another day on the Traders Mat, I suppose, for us. So what do we got today? We've got, coming up tomorrow, I should say. We're recording this Wednesday. Ash's second test, Adelaide Oval, the day-night pink ball test kicks off on Thursday.
We could probably just make a mention as well. Test number 1, we started with a $500 bank, a monkey, and we ended up making $300 pretty pain-free, I'd say. It never really looked like losing.
No, we were never losing. You're right. And that's the idea of the show, isn't it? So we're rolling this on though, right? We're not we're not just, taking our initial stake off the table and betting with the profits. We're chips in. Yeah.
$800 to spend in the day-night test, Adelaide, and the weather looks pretty good by the looks of things.
Yeah, we'll just quickly go to the weather. Great segue from you, Jacko. We're getting pretty good at this, aren't we?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Here's the forecast for Adelaide. Now, remembering this is like the day-night test. So you can see here Thursday, it's going to get to a top of 30, 0 chance of rain. Friday, maximum 37.
Fucking hot.
Like, who's playing sport in that weather?
I don't want to be out in the field day 2, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, I understand that, like, it's the day-night, so they kick off later in the arvo. But still, you're going to be gone before you even start. Clear skies, like 10% of rain. Like, what is the bomb doing here? That's like backing a $2 favourite each way. Oh, there's a 10% chance of rain. It's going to be 37 degrees, dry and hot, 27 the next day, 10% chance. No chance in my book.
No, which means the draw is probably out of play before they even start, you'd think.
Yeah, and then as if they're going to get to 4 days of a test match of a day-night test anyway, but the weather's going to be okay. So we're saying no rain, which means we're going to get a result. So laying the draw is immoral, Jacko. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're not giving us. What did we lay it at the first test? $3.10. Something like that. Yeah, unfortunately, not giving those odds again.
I did a little Instagram show with Dill Nars and Chocs Chat, and the draw was $8 at the time. I think it's at like $8.40 now. But before we get there, let's have a quick look at the starting 11. Now, we've sort of delved a little bit deeper than what we normally would, Jacko. We've even looked at cricket.com.au for selection news. You pointed me in the right direction here. I'll leave it. I'll pass over to you here to talk us through the changes in the lineups.
Well, there's only one change. It is Hazelwood out, Jai Richardson in. Dave Warner, I don't know if he was ever questionable, but he had a bit of an injury, but he's come through, so he'll be playing. So only the one change. And we don't have, as recording this on Wednesday night, we don't have England's team yet, but you would assume Anderson and Broad would be coming back in. And the question would be, are they going to play Leach, who got absolutely fisted in the first test?
Yeah, like I've had bad days on the punt, but I haven't had a day like that poor Leach fella.
Haven't you?
No, he was bashed out of the test series in his first over. Like, I've had some bad days, but I've been able to bounce back. That poor bastard. He's max gone.
Yeah. So it'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
I was going to say, just with that change, obviously with Hazelwood out, is there any risk bringing in someone like Jai, who spells his name Jhye?
Yeah, I mean, that would be the big concern on him, and on his shoulder, which appears to still be fucked. But yeah, the way he spells his name would be the main issue I'd have with bringing him into the test team.
So I think obviously Hazelwood was that like from blokes at my era would be that line of length fella, the Glenn McGrath type, hitting the top of off, Yeah. Whatever. I'd heard someone tweet about that. I also read a tweet during the week from an Englishman, I think he's a reporter, said that Broad bowled in the nets extremely well. Bowled, cleaned up Josh Butler twice and had him caught behind once. They were playing automatic keeper with a net behind the stumps there. So he got him 3 balls in a row. There'll be a bit of movement. So I believe with the pink ball.
There'll be heaps of movement. So that's why you'd assume Anderson, Broad, and come back in, and they might even not play Leach and play Wokes instead, who can get the ball to move as well. So that's
you sound like you sound like you've got a pretty good handle on this.
I was about to say that's as intelligent as I think I'll sound, which it still isn't a high bar, but it's probably a step up from our first test.
I agree. Let's go courtesy of our non-sponsoring wagering partner, betfair.com.au. I got some new merch.
No.
I got some new merch too in the mail.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was actually scurrying through looking for a contract.
Are we on the hub yet? Are we on the hub?
No, we didn't make the hub either, which is surprising. But anyway, we should get to the market. This is the Betfair Exchange. Here we are. As you can see there, Australia $1.58, England $4, the draw $8.20. We've got 800 in the tin tank here. I was actually going to try and do some wagering math before I started recording, and I've just realised I didn't do it. So last time we recorded the show, I was bumbling my way through working out the stake.
Can there be the same again?
Well, we started the first test like this, all on Australia. That's where we started the first test. And then we ginned around and tinkered around and ended up, covering England, basically. Yeah. Obviously, the draw is a lot longer price this time. Complete moral, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the boring way to do things, that's going to be too much liability.
I worked it out the other day. It was like $65 or $70.
No, it'll be close to 100. No, it'll be over 100. I
was betting to our $500 is where I was betting. Yeah. That's where I was betting when I was doing that.
110-ish, 115-ish.
I'm deliberately doing this because I know our champagne swilling friend did inbox me about my math. So I'm doing this on purpose just to annoy him, to trigger him. There we go.
Where is if we wanted to be boring, we can always just lay the draw to lose 800 and collect our $100 post commission and move on to the third test. I thought, considering England were $5 at the Gabba, or were they? They were about $5, weren't they? Maybe a little under, $4.80 or so. I think they were about that.
Yeah.
They half seem a bit long here at $4. I thought, I'd be like, if they're going to get one, if they're going to get a test, it'll be a day night where the ball's moving and hooping around a bit.
Yeah, I suppose the toss is important. Is there an opportunity here to to stake like England to win, Australia to break even? Or is that a bit bold early?
It could be the go. I don't know. I don't see, obviously from my non-professional cricket trading point of view, complete mug eye. Don't see sort of a heap of edge the way I'm probably going to play personally, I'm thinking, as there's a wicket in the T20 that I'm trying to trade while doing the show. We could just lay the draw, and then when whatever team's batting after the end of day one is 8 down for 125, we can then look to get involved in play a bit, or we could do what you said and have England as a win, Australia as a chop, and then just pen the draw. Easier the way.
Well, we were going to cop, because we were going to cop. We were going to cop 100 either way, weren't we? Basically.
Yeah. So we could do something like this.
It's not going to work for us, is it?
No. If we're doing that, we may well just cap the draw on its own.
I don't know. Do you want to stake Australia to save and England to win, or is that just too pussy first up?
No, I think it's fine. I think we can do that. $2.75.
A lot of feedback I've had is blokes want to win 300.
300. Well, I'd like to win more if we could, but 300.
Yeah, well, so, of course. I don't know. Like we've put the draw out of play. You're saying England looks overs at $4 on a wicket, which is going to get a result compared to Brisbane where they were gone. Is it arguably? They've got. Well, I mean, where's their winning hope with the stick in there, with the bat thing in their hand? Where?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They have to bowl us out for what, 400 over the 2
days, two innings.
Yeah, 400, 450. We saw a glimmer of a partnership with Milan and Root, and then
Warner could have easily been gone for single figures.
Well, that's exactly right.
I'm happy to take this position. We said this the other day. They were one good partnership from being back in the game, and we saw that. Yeah, they've got the ability.
Well, that's questionable, but
well,
we can always.
This is like a maiden at Kilcoy over 800. Really, like it's
like the lead.
Jai coming in for Hazelwood. I think I'm happy to stake this way.
Yeah. I am too, and we can always adjust in play because the whole preface of the Stowe being the traders mat. We don't have to lock into a position the whole Test match. We can always adjust and.
Yeah, right. Well, let's pull the trigger. Are you happy to have England as the favoured way here?
I'm happy to do that. All right, we're set.
Boom. Congratulations, Jacko. Another successful trade there. I can see. Well, we're not going to lose because it's not going to be a draw.
Yeah, exactly.
So
beautiful. We'll touch base after the end of play tomorrow.
Looking forward to it. Good luck tomorrow following my tips at Dalby.